Samsung might be about to launch a phone it doesn't even seem confident in, and that's a huge red flag. The Galaxy S26 Plus, one of the core models in Samsung's flagship lineup, might not even exist next year. And the fact that we're still asking if it's happening this late in the game says a lot about where Samsung's Galaxy S series is heading, and not all of it is good. For years, Samsung's Plus model has been a staple. Bigger than the base version, cheaper than the Ultra, and the balanced choice for a lot of people. But now, reports are all over the place. Some suggest Samsung might skip the S26 Plus entirely. Others say it'll return alongside an S26 Edge, a model that itself feels like it's stuck in limbo. And the truth is, Samsung's indecision here is more than just confusing. It hints at a deeper problem with the company's strategy for its most important product line. Let's start with the S26 Edge, because that's where this mess really begins. The S25 Edge was supposed to be Samsung's sleek, design-focused alternative, thin, futuristic, and eye-catching. And sure, it looked cool, but under the hood, it was a letdown. A mere 3,900 mAh battery in a phone that size was simply unacceptable for a flagship. It felt like Samsung prioritized looks over substance, and users noticed. The S26 Edge was rumored to fix all that, a slim profile and a much bigger battery, possibly using new silicon carbon tech. That sounded like the best of both worlds and had people genuinely excited. But now, those expectations are shrinking. The battery upgrades might not be as dramatic, and the design itself is reportedly odd, even horrible, according to some early leaks. And that leaves the Edge model in a strange place. If it's still thin and stylish, but lacks major hardware improvements, it risks being just another pretty phone that no one buys. And if it tries too hard to compete with the Ultra, it loses its identity entirely. Meanwhile, the Plus model, traditionally the dependable middle child, is drifting into uncertainty. Some insiders say it might not launch at all. Others think it could come back but look too similar to the S25 Plus, a phone that wasn't exactly a smash hit. And if both the S26 Plus and S26 Edge end up existing, there's a real chance they'll just cannibalize each other. The bigger issue is that Samsung doesn't seem to know what it wants these phones to be. The Edge was once rumored to exist purely to counter Apple's iPhone Air, which itself hasn't exactly set the world on fire. That alone suggests Samsung is reacting to trends rather than setting them, which has never been its strong suit. And now the company's lineup feels like it's being pulled in two directions at once, trying to innovate with flashy new designs while also clinging to old formulas. Here's the thing. The Galaxy S26 Plus could actually be a game changer if Samsung dares to rethink it. Imagine a compact flagship with a 6.2-inch display, a powerful triple camera system led by a 200-megapixel sensor, and the cutting-edge Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip. That's not just a middle phone. That's a phone with a clear identity, premium power in a smaller size. But will Samsung do that? Probably not. And that's exactly the problem. The company risks releasing a Plus model that's too close to last year's version to matter, or not releasing it at all, which leaves a big gap in the lineup. And without a clear plan, the S26 series could easily become a confusing mess of devices that trip over each other in the market. The early polling numbers speak volumes. Over 50% of people say they're most interested in the S26 Plus, compared to less than 5% for the S26 Edge. That means there is real demand for a solid, no-compromise Plus model. But instead of leaning into that, Samsung seems paralyzed by indecision, unsure whether to double down on the reliable formula or chase something radically different. At the heart of all this is a bigger issue. Samsung's flagship strategy just doesn't feel as focused as it used to be. The company that once confidently defined the Android flagship experience now looks like it's second-guessing itself, afraid to make the wrong call. And when that happens, you end up with devices that don't make a strong case for themselves, phones that exist but don't matter. Personally, I think the solution is simpler than Samsung is making it. Clearly separate the lineup. Keep the S26 and S26 Plus as the classic all-rounders, and let the S26 Edge and S26 Ultra go all in on experimental design and bleeding-edge features. That way, each phone serves a clear purpose and targets a distinct audience. Right now, though, it feels like Samsung is trying to do too much without a clear vision, and it's turning what should be a flagship launch into a guessing game. If the company wants the Galaxy S26 series to succeed, it needs to stop hesitating and start deciding what these phones stand for. Because if Samsung isn't sure what the S26 Plus or S26 Edge should be, why should anyone else care? And that's the real risk here. If Samsung doesn't clarify its flagship lineup soon, the S26 series could end up remembered not for bold innovation, but for being the moment Samsung lost its confidence. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video. Take care.